Hello sewing people of the internet. I'm the Jason of All Trades. If you're new to the channel, I generally make sewing videos oriented around sewing utility items like backpacks, messenger bags, and that sort of thing. So if that interests you, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I put new videos up. Also, I usually save this for the end, but there's a Teespring store. You should see a shelf underneath the video or a link in the description where you can buy t-shirts, stickers, coffee mugs, and stuff like that. If you like what I do and you want to help support me, that's a great way to do it. In this video, we're going to be talking about a subject that's come up quite a bit in the last 5 years or so, and that is how loud the Sailrite Ultrafeed sewing machines are. I did a review on this machine about 3 or 4 years ago. Full disclosure, Sailrite gave me this machine. I have no other affiliation with Sailrite. They're not sponsoring this video. They don't sponsor me, or I'm not affiliated with them in any way other than they gave me this machine a few years ago for me to do a review of. So in that review, I mentioned that one of my few criticisms of this machine is that it's quite loud compared to typical domestic sewing machines. And that's led to some questions about whether or not it's too loud to be used in the home or in your particular situation. So in this video, I'm going to try to answer that question. I could get a decibel meter and tell you how many decibels it is, but most people, aren't able to relate to that. I don't know how many decibels something is. So I'm going to compare this to some typical household items that you might have around your house. You can kind of get an idea of how loud this thing actually is. Before we get into how loud the machine is, I just want to cover two quick things. One, I think this is a fantastic machine for sewing middleweight to heavyweight materials. I get a lot of questions about whether or not this is a good investment. If you like to sew, things like backpacks and messenger bags and duffel bags out of Cordura or waxed canvas or reclaimed billboard or use inner tubes or some leather, and I've covered the leather thing in other videos, but it can sew leather up to a point just like any sewing machine, but it's not a true leather sewing machine. But if you like to do those kinds of things and you find a domestic sewing machine isn't up to the task and you need a walking foot sewing machine, this is a great option. I have a couple of industrial machines that I use primarily now, but I still love to use this machine and I still highly recommend it. The other thing I want to cover is I get a lot of questions about the clones of this machine. I've never used one. I have ethical reasons why I don't recommend them. If you want to know more, then check out Sailrite's website. They have some information about the clones on there, and you be the judge. All right, let's see how loud this thing is. So our first comparison is going to be a typical vintage domestic sewing machine, in this case my Singer 237. I'm going to start sewing with this machine, and then while it's running, I'll start sewing with the other machine so you can hear the comparison, and I'll let off of this one and so you can kind of hear both of them separately. So here we go. have it. That's the Sailrite Ultrafeed LS1 compared to some very typical household items that I'm sure all of you have in your house. If you don't have an accordion, they're really, really loud, by the way. This is a 3 or 4 year old machine. Sailrite has a package with a servo motor in an industrial style table now, and I've been told that with the servo motor it's quite a bit quieter than this one, but I think that package also has the regular motor attached to the back just like this one, and you can use it as a portable machine too, so it's probably still worth knowing how loud it is. My opinion is if you sew in the same room that your partner is sleeping in while they're sleeping, then this might not be great for you because it is pretty loud for a situation like that. But in any other typical, household situation, I mean, it's no louder to me than, say, someone watching TV or blending ice in a blender or drying their hair with a hairdryer. At appropriate times, it shouldn't be an issue for most people. Also, if you think about it when you're sewing, it's rare that you just have the pedal to the metal for minutes at a time. I mean, you're sewing, little bits and pieces most of the time. So, that's my opinion. That's what it sounds like. If you have questions or comments, post them in the comment section below. If you like this video, clicking the thumbs up really helps me out a lot. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.